Well, do you remember January 26th and 27th of 2015 when a winter storm with hurricane-force winds and record-breaking snow slammed into New England? That may refresh your memory right there. That storm made its mark on history.
I felt like you were a detective asking me where I was on those days.
Do you remember, David?
But did it make a mark on your memory? All this week, the WBZ Next Weather team is preparing you for winter. And tonight, WBZ meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff learns why we all remember weather differently and why it matters.
Blizzard of 78.
Definitely.
All right. What do you remember about the blizzard of 78?
Shoveling, the snow was up to my thighs and I was shoveling.
It seems like everyone has a memory of a winter storm.
Trying to dig the cars out, trying to find a place to park it.
Yep.
And literally the street and the sidewalks and the corners. Snow was up to the hips.
Reminiscing about New England winters past, a badge of honor, a story of survival, with its wounds as salty as the sidewalks, no matter how much time has passed.
My memory of winter was snow all winter long, so we never saw the grass.
But does our memory of those storms change over time?
First of all, that our memories aren't as accurate as we might think that they are.
Elizabeth Kensinger is a professor of psychology and neuroscience at Boston College. She says the back-in-the-day weather was worse thoughts may be part of a common theme for memories.
Remembering a past that unfolded differently than it actually did is more normal than unusual. And I think this direction of error, where we think that something in the past was harder for us and we overcame something, is actually a very typical way in which our memories are distorted.
She says memories aren't so much a snapshot of the past, but rather a glimpse into the future.
What's the usefulness of knowing exactly what happened in the past? It's not all that helpful unless it actually helps us understand this moment and prepare for the next moment. The weathers were so bad back then and we got through these blizzards, and so of course we're ready for whatever is coming next.
How does the media's coverage of winter storms play into how people put that memory into their brain? Notice the snow, notice the rain, the wind, and the coastal impacts will all be felt with this system.
I think there's a really interesting possibility that the better the media coverage, especially for an upcoming storm, the less memorable that storm is going to be. So I think it creates the interesting possibility that we might have remembered storms from our childhood as being worse because perhaps they weren't being forecast as accurately.
If you're of a certain age, any snow in the forecast calls to mind the blizzard of 78.
No doubt about it, we'll long remember this record-breaking storm, which is literally paralyzed New England. But
Kensinger says even though we've had numerous storms that surpass the impacts of the blizzard of 78, like the April Fool's Day storm, the President's Day blizzard,
plenty of snow falling out in Worcester,
or Winter Storm Nemo, 78's storm sticks out so vividly because it greatly exceeded the general public's expectation.
The blizzard of 78, though, came to stay, and
so it is those moments in life that totally throw you the curveball and you don't know what's coming. Those are really the moments that tend to often stick with us the longest.
So it's very possible that the more accurate we are as a meteorology team, the less memorable the storms actually are for our viewing audience.
I think that's exactly right, yeah.
Wow, okay. So even if that memory of walking to school uphill both ways in snow up to your waist may not be exactly how it happened,
our memories are what are our identity, right? It's really what gives us our sense of who we are in this world. It influences in really extreme ways how we interact with other people, how we make sense of the present moment, how we think about our future.
On the campus of Boston College, meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff, WBZ News.